All right, let's dive into something you might know all too well. It's this feeling, this superpower you never actually asked for, a radar that's just always on. Today, we're talking about the hypervigilant brain. So tell me if this sounds familiar. You walk into a room, right? And before a single word is spoken, you know. You can feel the vibe, you sense these little currents of tension or happiness that, honestly, everyone else seems totally clueless about. It really is like having an emotional radar that's constantly sweeping the world around you. You're always the first one to notice the tiny stuff. While other people are just listening to the words, you're seeing the whole story. You're catching that split-second flicker of disappointment in someone's eyes, or you hear that tiny, almost invisible shift in their voice. A slight tightening, that little hint of hesitation. It's like you're tuned into a frequency that no one else can even hear, and man, it tells you way more than the actual conversation ever could. And this all comes down to one core thing: reading the room. For you, it's not some conscious choice you make. It's automatic. It's lightning fast. You don't just walk into a space. You scan it, processing this massive amount of emotional data in a split second. And what your radar picks up is just so specific, isn't it? It's that subtle facial twitch that hints at some hidden anxiety. It's the tiny change in vocal pitch that might signal someone isn't being totally honest. You can literally feel unspoken tension in the air, like it's a change in the weather. And you often get the mood of the room long before anyone even opens their mouth. So if everything I'm saying is hitting home, you should know there's a name for this skill. This isn't just you being too sensitive or overthinking things, which I'm sure you've heard a million times. What you're experiencing is a real thing. We're finally giving a name to your superpower. It's called hypervigilance, and this definition is everything. It's a heightened state of constantly, and I mean constantly, assessing potential threats. It's basically your brain working overtime, using that incredible awareness of emotional cues as a way to keep you safe. That radar, it's not for fun. It's a defense system. And this is so, so important. If you take away just one thing today, please let it be this. This is a survival response. It is not a personal flaw. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. Your brain developed this exhausting but incredible skill for a very, very good reason. So the big question is, where did this even come from? To really get it, we have to look back at its origin story. This highly advanced emotional scanning system didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's an old survival tool, one that was forged in your past. Which leads us to the most essential question. Why? Why did your brain have to learn to become such a precise emotional forecaster? Why was it so critical for you to be able to predict the emotional weather with such pinpoint accuracy? Well, for a lot of people, the answer is that it was a truly brilliant adaptation to an unpredictable environment, specifically an environment where caregiving was volatile. When a parent or caregiver's mood can swing wildly, a child's safety, both emotional and physical, really depends on being able to predict what's coming next. This often creates what's called an emotional role reversal. It starts with that unpredictable emotional weather at home. So, to stay safe, you learn to become a little meteorologist, forecasting your caregiver's moods to brace for the storm. And over time, you take on that job completely. You become the family's emotional caretaker, always trying to manage everyone else's feelings just to keep the peace. But here's the amazing part. That powerful tool, that old survival radar, it doesn't have to be stuck on its original mission forever. You're an adult now. The environment has changed. It is time to give your radar a new directive. It's time to turn it inward. And this shift is everything. The old mission, the one you learned out of necessity, was to scan others to stay safe. Your brand new mission, it's to scan yourself to figure out what you need. It's a complete flip from external threat detection to internal self-awareness. So what does this actually mean for you right now, today? Well, the path forward is all about repurposing this incredible gift you have. It's about taking that powerful sensitivity that you once used just to survive and consciously pointing it towards your own well-being, towards self-care. And you know what? It can start with one simple but honestly profound question. Instead of scanning the room and asking, what does everyone else need from me? You can just pause, turn that powerful radar inward, and ask yourself this: what do I need right now? That single question, that's how you begin.